Yo, what's good, YouTube? Onaedo here. So, man, as you can see from the picture, like, what are we doing, man? Like, this is going to be quick and just straight to the point. This is insane that this is what's considered the future, and this is what's considered progressive, is now being able to impregnate or make men have babies, basically, is what they're saying. They're going to do womb transplants for transgender men to still carry babies. Like, we're just going to listen to it a little bit and then I'll talk a little bit about it.
Co.uk by Josh Milton reports doctor plans pioneering womb transplant that could let trans women carry children. A doctor in India is planning to perform a womb transplant on a trans woman. The first successful uterine transplants took place at the University of Golden.
Like, even just the picture, before we even get into what they're talking, like, just that image, that is completely disgusting to me. Like, this is gross. This is gross. This is gross. I don't even have an intelligent word to describe. This is just effing disgusting. I can't finesse it. I can't make it sound smooth and polished. That's freaking gross, dude. Like, I want to see men be men. Can we leave men alone to be men and women to go be women? Like, what's wrong with being a woman if you're a woman? And what's wrong with being a man if you're a man? This is disgusting, man. God. Once again, it's one thing if, like, this is, as a grown up, this is disgusting to look at. But it's so upsetting and it takes on a whole different kind of feeling in my freaking blood when this is what they're going to promote to children. Children don't know different and they don't know better. Like, that's just real. They're young. Their minds are very impressionable. Regardless of what you're telling them at home, if all of a sudden this image is what the world starts shoving down their throat, I don't care how much home training they're getting. Now, yes, home training is number one, but nonetheless, the world has a significant influence on children. I mean, we remember being children. What influenced us? What we saw on TV. Yeah, we listened to mom and dad, so maybe some didn't go over the bender, but for the most part, what has always shaped society and how children are raised and what they find entertaining and what they find acceptable is what the media pushes, is what they see the world pushing and what society is pushing. And if this movement is all of a sudden what the world is deciding to push forward, god dang, where are we going in this world? And they're considering it, this is the future and this is supposed to be a progressive move for mankind. Well, what are we talking about?
In Sweden in 2014.
Thanks,
The
Sweden.
operation was carried out once more in the U.S. 2 years later.
And India, I should say.
Dr. Kashak, a New Delhi surgeon, hopes to carry out the first uterine transplant into a trans woman. This is the future, he said, adding that he hopes the surgery will allow trans women to carry children. The way towards this is
a whole transplant. You're gonna do a whole transplant. Like, isn't it cheaper to just love yourself? Why can't we promote that? Isn't it cheaper? Look at inflation and prices for everything right now. Prices for everything is through the roof. And this is the dumb ish that people are going to be spending the money on. Isn't it cheaper just to love yourself? Yeah, it's harder. It takes a lot of work. If you're someone who has struggled with self-confidence or just being secure in yourself and trusting yourself and loving yourself, it's hard work. It's a lot of work to really work on yourself. That's why a lot of people don't want to do it. It's hard to work on yourself. My God, that's probably one of the hardest things you will do for yourself. But that doesn't mean you're not supposed to do it. Because at the end of the day, loving yourself is 10 times easier than doing this, than trying to convince yourself you are something else. It's easier to love yourself instead of trying to shove a lie down your own throat. All these trans and all these people, you're not lying to me. You're only lying to yourself. And that's why when you hear them, there's so much passion and conviction in their voice, because you're trying so hard to convince yourself. Because other people were looking at you, and we know the truth. We know you're not a woman. Like, who are you lying to? You're only lying to yourself. We know you're not a woman, or we know you're not a man if you're a woman trying to play like you're a man because you got on baggy clothes and now you decide to walk with a little bit more of a limp. Bitch, we still see you're a woman. You're not fooling anybody. You're only trying to convince yourself. Now, wouldn't it be easier on your heart, on yourself, on your spirit to just go love who you are, how you are? If for damn sure it's easier on your bank account, it's easier on your bank pocket, your bankroll. Save your, like, I can't imagine how much these transplants cost. And the crazy thing is some of these people will like empty their whole life savings to go do this dumb ish. It's cheaper to love yourself. It's easier on your soul to love yourself. You will be 10 times happier loving yourself than spending the rest of your effing life trying to convince people that you are something that we all know that you're not. Hello. I don't care if you chopped off your penis. If you put your pants down and I see a, stitching mark or whatever they do after they chop off your freaking privates to a man. I don't know if they sew it. What do they do? Sew it back up? Do they burn it? And what's the word I'm thinking of? Like it's not a fission. Let me not say that before I look goofy as heck on here. But burn it, which is probably just as goofy. But I don't know what they do. What do they do when they chop off your dick as a man because you want to be a woman? Like, real talk. What do they do with that space in between your thighs? That space doesn't go away. So even if you chop off your penis, if we pull your pants down, if I see that line that there's been work, then guess what? That line is telling me you are still not a woman. You can never, ever, all you trans people, if you happen to come across this video, any LGB confused person, if you happen to come across this video, let me promise you on something. You will never, if you're a man, you will never be a woman. Not in your whole life. You will never. If you're a woman trying to be a man, what do? Sew your clit shut? Like, what is the process for that? Because I'm sorry, if I look down and I see any kind of scarring, that lets me know you're a fraud. You are not actually a man. I've heard a lesbian talking about she walks around with a strap on throughout the day. And it's, and she was saying it like, yeah, sometimes I just pull my strap out. Oh my God. And it was what's this rapper's name? Young M.A., I think, or something. Yeah. That popular lesbian rapper. Like, their mind is so gone. You think because you're walking around with a prosthetic penis or a plastic rubbery silicone dildo in your pants, you think that now you're a man? And the way she was talking about it was literally like this strap-on was like a part of her body. Like, my God, people, this is getting dumb. Not getting, oh, no. We are miles past getting dumb. We have taken a nose dive into the pool of stupidity and we are descending to the bottom. And this just so happens to be like 100 feet deep pool. And we are on like level 99. This is deep in delusion, deep in foolishness and stupidity, and just you're trying to call an apple a banana. And you're really like trying to convince me that this apple is really a banana. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? If you're a woman, you will never be a man. Get that through your head. If you're a man, you will never be a woman. And I pray to God this video reaches a trans person and they hear it. And I don't care if it burns a hole through your soul. Know that, because as far as I'm concerned, at this point, I'm sick of you guys. You guys are disrupting the world. You're upsetting this world. You're turning it upside down. You're shoving your nasty sexual preferences upon children. Like, the fact that the world now has to really be subject to this kind of nonsense. I've never had a problem with gay people. That's the crazy thing. College, high school, all these years, shoot, I was friends with lots of gay folks. Friends with lots of lesbians. It just didn't bother me. Because they were just people. They weren't shoving their things down their throat, anybody's throat. shoving their beliefs, not their things. But they were themselves, and it wasn't this big deal. They knew their lifestyle was really just a lifestyle preference. It's not like they were less of a human because they were gay. They never walked around with that energy. But now these modern day new age gays and homo people and LGBTQXYZ people, you walk around and you're trying to sell the world like people treat you less of a human, or like you are less of a human being because of your condition. It's not a condition, it's a lifestyle choice, dude. There's nothing wrong with you. You are a full human being. You just, as a man, choose to suck on another man. No, children do not need to be learning about this, because the only thing that makes you gay is your sexual preference. Children have no business learning about sexuality way before their time. And I'm kind of getting off topic from this silly, goofy video, but this is ridiculous. It's cheaper to love yourself. Going through all these dangerous medical procedures. Majority of people are trying to stay out of the doctor's office. How much more the surgery table? Most people with common sense know you don't ever want to put yourself on a surgery table to be operated on. People avoid that at all costs. And these are people with like really actual like life-threatening conditions, and they still don't want to go perform any kind of surgery on themselves. It's a major risk. But you got these people running and anyways, I'm rambling because I'm irritated. Let's just try. We're probably not going to finish this whole video, dude. Like, it's just not happening. I just wanted to show you guys a little glimpse of this foolishness with this picture. But the picture by itself is enough to just, Jesus Christ. Let's see what else they're talking about.
The uterine transplant, the same as a kidney or any other transplant. Isabella, a 33.
How dangerous, dude. How dangerous. You're putting your body through all this unnecessary trauma. Anytime you have to dissect and tear your body up, to open it up, to go work inside, you're traumatizing your body. And you're doing this for what? To live a lie? To live a lie. You are jeopardizing your health, your body. Anyways, let's go.
Year-old trans woman who flew from Denmark to Delhi to undergo gender-affirming surgery by the doctor's hand told the Mirror couples and single women.
Gender affirming. You can't affirm nothing, dude. It's a lie. You affirming something means it's a truth. You affirming it. You cannot affirm a lie. Talking about a gender affirmation surgery. That's a lie, dude. No, you just want to be a different gender. You're not affirming your gender. Because if you are a man, affirming your gender would be accepting your balls and your private parts. You know, that third leg that hangs. Yeah. If you accept that, then yeah, you're affirming your gender. If you go to chop it off, I'm sorry, you're denouncing your gender. So that's not a gender affirming, whatever she called it, gender affirming surgery. That's really actually denouncing your gender, to be honest with you. But let's keep going.
Can get help with conceiving. I don't really consider this all that much different. Uterine transplants are currently rare, costly, and experimental surgeries that typically rely on organs from living or dead donors.
God damn.
On people born without a uterus so they can become pregnant and give birth. A transplant has been...
Yeah. You guys are out here mutilating bodies for your lie. You are mutilating bodies and your own. You're mutilating your own body, but you're mutilating other people's bodies. God dang. Just to keep a lie going? Out here stealing wombs out of dead people's bodies. Y'all suck.
Carried out on a trans woman once before. Danish artist Lily, the subject of the film,
God,
in 1931, but she died of complications months later. We cannot predict exactly when this will happen, but it will happen, the Dr. Kashuk said. He explained, we have our plans and we are very...
I pray it never happens. And on that note, you guys, peace out. Much love. That's about all I could take if I throw up on myself with this disgust on my phone. Ugh. Gotta start fighting back against this garbage, man. This is ridiculous. Otherwise, man, they're trying to grab our kids. They're trying to grab our kids and shove this nonsense down their throat. And I'll be damned. I'm not about to whoop my kids for even thinking this is normal just because the world. So my kids don't deserve that. I'm not going to whoop my kids for what the stupid world is teaching them. Because soon your kids are going to come home and be like, well, mommy, my teacher said this was actually okay. Boy, no, it's not. And then now he got to go to class tomorrow and argue with his teacher. Well, my mommy said that's a lie. And the teacher, well, no, your mommy needs to understand. And he's going to come home, well, mommy, you need to understand. Boy. I'm kidding, but I'm not. But I'm kidding, but I'm not. Okay? We got to start taking a stand against this because this is garbage. This is garbage. Garbage that this is even allowed to like flow. This is nuts. This is what's wrong with the people that are even thinking this to like actually do it. These doctors who are supposed to be the intelligence of society. That's a whole nother video that I can get into, and I probably will get into, as to why I don't see all these high professions that the world promotes as being like the intelligence of the world. These guys are dumb as fuck. Because if you're a doctor and this is what you're trying to really like approve, all that intelligence, quote unquote, that you went to school for, not one of those intelligent muscles in your body was like, this is actually not smart. Instead, it's doctors that are pioneering this, talking about this is the future. You suck too, doctors. All right, peace out, you guys. Much love. Onaedo. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, I love you guys. Share the video. Subscribe to the video. Keep loving the videos and keep it coming. I'm going to keep it coming. Okay, you guys. Much love. Peace.